time. Let's see how true that thinking is as we'll head into Coastline for our very first match. And we'll see, are they here to have fun or are they here for bragging rights, for glory, for superiority? Well,
for the fish.
Am I missing that reference?
I don't know it either, Parker, but it's funny.
Well, their typing fingers are more than ready.
Yeah, it seems
Ace
like
and Jack were the first two bands.
It seems like they're already trying to have fun with it. Now, one thing I will say, and Parker has seen this as well, there have been plenty of matches throughout Siege's history where both teams go into the match with very little on the line and being very, like, not that invested. And then over the course of a match, especially if it's a best of 3, they start to pick up steam and get a little bit more intense with their gameplay. So there's also a possibility for that to happen. I always love it when we see that.
Wamai and Pulse both gone. Fox, you look good too. Thanks for boosting the confidence of everybody involved.
My confidence is boosted.
Is it? Did you need a pick me up today, Michael?
Not
you seem
today.
kind of glum. Are you okay?
Not today. No, it's more like the last few months or so.
Yeah, Michael, roughly since February.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. It's been a couple days.
A couple days.
About 200 and something.
I hear that February is actually not that far away, and that's got me a little bamboozled, Parker. But anyway, we got the match ready. We're loading in.
Attackers need
I don't know what the heck that is. Not understanding that reference, but it'll be a hookah defense first.
I feel like they're speaking another language.
Me too. I am getting that vibe, but I guess that just makes us boomers, Parker.
I mean, Michael, I'm like 7 years older than you.
You are actually a lot older than me, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel old too, though, Parker. Like, I recently, I think over the last 2 years, I started to notice that, like, kids say and do things that I didn't do when I was a kid, and I'm like, whoa.
10 seconds remaining.
Time really flies.
5 seconds to go.
All right. Well, I mean, nothing's really funny about these lineups. These are pretty normal lineups here. That scope on the DMR has actually elevated the level of a couple DMRs. Lion in particular, the 417, has shut up quite a bit just because it does have that DMR scope on it.
It's actually a really good DMR, and we see it used not only online but also on Twitch occasionally. It's one of the better ones. And yeah, the 3x optic always makes it not necessarily versatile, but very unique. It's gonna be
big shout out, by the way, to OXG Esports, who just retweeted my question. See, production has their question, which is who's gonna have a higher rating of production. I gotta say, who's cuter? Way funnier question. Gotta go with that one. Anyway, Oxygen Esports tweeting out, we'll ask the questions that really matter at Intero. Who is cuter, Laxing or Bolo? There you go. It's your turn to go vote. Who is cuter? You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. I voted for Laxing.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know who to vote for there, so I'm going to have to give it a think before I commit myself to one or the other. But while I'm doing my think, you guys can go ahead and give out your vote as well.
Yes.
What a vault from Laxing. This is kind of ridiculous. He'll be holding the cool vibe stairs from atop the, I guess, the vase perch.
He's sitting over top of the stairs, Michael, like a gargoyle, hunched over the arch, just waiting. And Merc is going to get vaporized unless he's prepared for this. Laxing is backed away, though. He's at the top of Cool Vibe stairs. Sounded like a goo mine might have given away the positioning of Merc from that spot. There goes a concussion. Likely from Bolo. Laxing jumps forward and he gets taken out. That's a very brazen play. TSM with the 2 opening picks. So they managed to go very swiftly to a 5v3. Bio will assume the position. Same shotgun, same class of operator, same position. Back at the top of Cool Vibe stairs. And Bio gives his position away. He actually baits it out very smartly, but he can't get anything with it. He does very minimal damage to just Bolo. Man, oh man, he's going to be pissed about that one. It's now a 5v2 with Geo going for the plan of 5v1. Fox in a 1v5. Diffuser going down. TSM have this. Fox swings unachieved. It's over. Flawless round for TSM to start off the match.
All right, a little bit of silliness going on there by Vase. I don't think Laxing intended to vault over. I think he wanted to get back on the perch. So it looks like that's a more tricky vault than he hoped for. Even Merc is calling him out on it. He knows. He knows he messed up. He meant to stand on top. And whoops, I guess. Yeah, it's always been... it's a pretty common thing to see somebody vault over the top of that rail if you're trying to hold blue stairs, but it is not typical for someone to try and stand on top of the rail to wait for a push-up blue stairs just because you leave yourself very exposed. But it doesn't matter. Round number 1, flawless for TSM. I don't think that the vault would have changed very much, to be honest, based on the way that TSM played that. They were really well in control of the round. I love the use of the Yana clone. It was very useful in getting control of Sunrise Bar early in the round, and then baiting out that shotgun blast on Cool Vibes later in the round. That's that Yana coming into play at the high level that a lot of people forecasted when she was first announced. There's so much utility that you can squeeze out of a fake person. And TSM doing a good job of that so far.
10 seconds left before
Well, that's round 1 in the books.
Yes.
Round number 2 down in kitchen. Thank you everybody who's participating in the poll. The real poll. I'm overthrowing production, Michael. We are going to launch a crusade.
This is a coup.
This is a coup d'etat. That is correct. I will production. We are coming for you. We are coming for your headquarters.
Yep.
We will storm the gates.
Usurp the throne.
Correct. Oh, Slash. What are you doing, man? He peeks through the mudroom doors and he gets taken down by the DMR and picked right back up. Crusade is on pause right now because there's action, Michael.
And
We will hold fire.
Slash will not, though, as he attempts to get his HP value back, and he'll do just that. Shala goes down. Great shot from Slash. Foxay here to support. He's got the C4, but the Suns are coming towards these defenders in the bar. A nice creep up here by Merc, and he will get Slash. Finally, the second defender has managed to make his way into the kitchen hallway. That's the Valkyrie. Merc checks it, and he's missing the shots. That is unfortunate, but Bolo won't, and Foxay does go down.
TSM have the control they want. It'll leave Vertical and Bio to retake as best as they can. Bio's in the bomb site, but Vertical is far away, up in luggage, watching through courtyard so he can drop and get to the bomb site quickly if he needs to. And he engages with a fight with Bolo, and like so many, he loses that one, leaving Vertical in a clutch or kick moment, 1v3. Diffuser still in the hands of Geo, and he's going to go for the plant. That was already open, but Vertical opened it just in case. Anyway, second time, he'll head back. It's spotted and tagged by a drone inside a blue bar and will march forward towards kitchen as TSM gets that diffuser down. Playing against one that's behind the shield. That's a missed shot from Vertical. He knows how challenging this is going to be. Very adeptly dodging around the flash. The diffuser in the other bomb site playing peekaboo over the shield, but Vertical can't land the shots. He's forced out into the hallway, still waiting. And there is a crossfire for him the moment that he moves into kitchen. You can see through those slats on the shield, and that's going to put Vertical at a huge disadvantage. He charges forward anyway, and there's the crossfire we were talking about. Geo all the way inside the lobby finishes that off, and TSM go up 2-0.
Basically no chance there for Vertical. The round was won and lost inside of Sunrise Bar much earlier. Now, this is where it ended up going the way of TSM. You see Merc gets control of Sunrise. He's got support from Bolo inside of Blue Bar. And that crossfire doesn't just get control of Sunrise, but also punishes all of the roamers from OXG who were playing by Sunrise, trying to delay, trying to get some kills. And despite Slash's pick earlier in the round, well, the answer back from TSM was just far too fierce for Oxygen. With push back into the site, just didn't work out for the defense, and at that point, you're twisting in the wind. So Oxygen struggles so far on Coastline over these first 2 rounds. A flawless round to start things off for TSM, and a pretty definitive second round. We'll see if Oxygen can start to change the pace here on defense, or if it'll really come down to that half switch.
Michael, somebody just linked to me the Thomas Jefferson 76 videos, and I gotta say, it is inappropriate.
Let me see.
Somebody tagged you in it on Twitter too.
Okay.
It is wildly inappropriate.
I'll go check it out.
But it's very funny.
All right, give me a
It
second.
is absolutely not something that we could ever share on a broadcast, but
I don't
we can
have
chuckle in private about it.
I don't have the tag. Let me see here.
You definitely got tagged, Michael.
Oh, okay. Well, Twitter's...
I know that you're verified on Twitter now, Michael, but you should really check the other tabs instead of just the verified tab. You need to get out of your ivory tower. So.
I'm not in the verified tab. I don't see it.
The first thing he said to me when he landed back in California was, how much do you think it'll cost for me to purchase enough ivory to build this tower?
What?
And can Faceit help pay for it? So I have the receipts.
I didn't know
I have
such
the receipts.
thing.
I'm willing to go public.
I dispute this. Slash challenging the white repel. This is very dangerous. He's actually put himself between a rock and a hard place. He'll either die or get the kill there, essentially. Either that or both these players will potato. I don't know. Parker, what do you think? Well, who's gonna take this?
I mean, right now, TSM's looking pretty good. This is OXG's map.
Oh.
And Chala gets a little bit too aggressive with Slash on the repel. Slash ends up punishing it, and that's an opening pick. Again for OXG, 2 rounds in a row where Slash has been the one involved in that. Geo now in a battle to the death with Vertical. They'll both lose a lot of HP. Geo more so. And then Vertical finished off by Bolo, who's playing at the top of main stairs. White stairs, whatever you want to call it. Geo gets down. I don't know if that's deliberate for a reset or not. Slash was poised to sneak up on Bolo, playing over by luggage, but Slash is going to wait. Joining Slash down below will be another T5. There you go. You got it this time. Swing and a miss for Achieved as he connects with the floor, and he will go to town upstairs inside a penthouse and now over towards VIP as well. Both of these teams at a 4v4 with half the round to go, and Geo will contest the position that Bio is holding. Problem for Geo is that with 20 HP, those gas canisters from Bio are going to kill Geo real quick.
He'll probably die to shotgun blast or an SMG-11 shot from just about anywhere as well. So Biologic in a great position when it comes to who's contesting him. TSM clearly aware that there is an SAS operator inside of service, or at least that's how it seems with these shots ringing out from above. Geo's going to drone it out. Bio has been spotted, and now they're all hunting him. Known behind the shelf, Bio is going to have to pre-fire as he swings this. The EE1D will make that very difficult. 2 people holding the angle. Come the nade, and down he goes. Merc from outside will get the kill. Foxay does get Bolo, though. That's a C4 from below, allowing a rotation of Foxay back towards service entrance. But as you can see, TSM are not in any kind of a rush right now. Laxing inside of main.
Achieved upstairs continuously picking away at that floor. It'll put more emphasis on the players from TSM down below, of which one was Merc, and now he's removed. So would not be surprised here if Achieved tries to get down to the bottom floor. Geo attempts the plant, but he gets shaken off for now. Laxing involved with an altercation above as Achieved is just watching over these openings created. Down goes Laxing, so Geo's going to have to plant. It's all on Slash to try to clutch, but he's going to get caught in the crossfire. He gets it anyway. Achieved can't shut him down. What a clutch by Spencer Oliver, and OXG finds their first round.
Big clutch there from Slash. Really should have gone the way of TSM, but just a little bit too much hesitation on that plant. Merc calling out the nice shot there for Slash. Respect where it is due. Good round overall from Slash also. He got that lead off kill and managed to keep himself alive for the remainder. TSM did a great job of getting control upstairs, but in the end, service entrance just wasn't cared for enough, and it bit back. Oxygen, the victor in that final fight. Hookah Billiards, the next bomb site here for OXG. I'll try this once more. Kitchen finally working out. It hasn't been a very friendly defensive half for Oxygen so far, but it's good for them that they managed to at least get that one round. Maybe their fortunes are going to start to change. One thing of note is that we don't have an IQ on the board right now for TSM, as opposed to the previous round. And Foxay has brought that Valkyrie. Valkyrie, as an operator, is exceptionally potent on coastline, so the lack of an IQ will give information favor towards Oxygen in all likelihood.
All right, back over to Hookah as we're seeing the same 2-site rotation come out. I mean, there's no real point to go to the double bars. There's obviously never a point to go over to Penthouse Theater.
Yeah.
We are dealing with sane people here. Though I feel like OXG, when they competed under Reciprocity, went to Penthouse Theater a couple times, and every single time we were left thinking, oh, that's kind of strange.
Well, they were a little bit less sane back then, Parker. They've come a long way.
That is true. That is very true. There was an insanity born in their gameplay, a madness in us all. So They're still going to defend over in this part of the map, and Slash is having a terrific start to this game. So far, he's got 3 opening picks in 3 consecutive rounds. And if you look at the tally to his name, that's 5, including the clutch against Geo on the previous round. These are all big, meaty, impactful kills. And Slash is showing why he was a desired pickup for OXG. He'll be involved in a tussle with Achieved and gets finished off by Achieved before Laxing and Bio can find the scoreboard. And with that, TSM's numbers will just dwindle downward. That is not ideal for them, especially when Geo is going to have to go for this plant, and it'll put Achieved in a spot where he's going to need to cover. OXG is still spread out evenly all across the map, so there's work cut out for TSM right now. They've got their eyes spotted on the Jaeger of Vertical, who is sitting on the cams, but he'll get off, and he's obviously very wary of getting pinged by one of those drones. Geo could be poised to strike if he can play around that bar. Some shots ringing through, and there it goes. But Geo can't follow up just yet. They'll try to flash away. The Jaeger's going to swing. Geo gets taken out, and now it's more on the shoulders of Achieved. A 1v4 with Geo bleeding out on the balcony.
Achieved is looking to cover luggage while taking the fight to the Jaeger. He finds the Jaeger, wins that one, but there's another inside of Billiards who lights him up. Checks right side. The opponent is left side. Achieved will survive, but no kill for him. Biologic falls back to the main bar, thinking better of his aggression, knowing that he needs to now play for the win. With both of these attackers having such low HP, their chances are less than slim. Oxygen should be able to win this one on utility alone, with the last 50 seconds starting to come into play here. Default cam finally done away with inside of Aqua. Flank is a concern for TSM, as you can see. Evidently, they do not have an extra drone to throw on their flank, and that'll cause problems. Oxygen are going to double up on the pink bar to try and assure that there is no chance for the attack. One of TSM's attackers, Geo, has gone onto the big window, but Achieve will be finished off by the smoke inside of Aqua. So Geo now has to go back to Aqua. The plan is not working out. This should be an easy wait out for Oxygen. The gas canister will prove lethal to Geo. So all he can really do is wait this round out. It's always unfortunate when you get put into a position like this as Geo, or, you know, anyone really. And there you go. Laxing locks it down. Oxygen will take another round. Their second overall for the map.
A bit closer than I think people had anticipated here, given that we mentioned how the stakes are not particularly high for either team. There's not an awful lot on the line here, but anyway, that's round number 4 in the books. Teams are tied back up, and a lot of that round was just simply solo entries from TSM met by solo flanks and solo roams from OXG. It collided, and OXG managed to win most of those engagements while TSM's focus was elsewhere. So we like to talk a lot about how OXG typically plays on their own, unsupported. This was something that the analysts mentioned in the preamble, the lead up to the show, or pre-up, I guess we can call it. I'm mashing the idiot, but
preamble? What?
Yeah, the preamble. That's what I said. It's called pre-up, lead up.
Oh, okay, yes. The idioms were smashed.
Yes. Anyway.
As you said.
The point I was trying to make is that Oxygen oftentimes plays on their own. There's a reason why their entry stats tend to be so grim, and it's because sometimes they play aggressively based off of their own instincts and skills, not necessarily off of the strategy involved with the entry. And a lot of times, if you need to entry and you're getting 1 or 2 people to drone you in, but there's no follow-up, that can be a trouble. We've seen teams entry with 2 people side by side, and when 1 drone guiding both of them in so that you can minimize any damage done by hopefully getting a trade off. I mean, obviously that's a gamble because the defender can kill both of you, but more often than not, you get the trade, and that's good. OXG doesn't tend to do that. And this, very similarly on defense, a lot of times when OXG roam, they roam on their own. They are not fully supported by one another. And that comes with the same form of gamble. Whereas if you get picked off, you die for basically nothing. And you hope to God that you were able to waste some time or some gadgetry in that process.
Slash has been doing great of just that, really. Not only wasting plenty of time so far on defense, but also picking up the kills that can at times be elusive for many players. Not so for him. He's got a nice setup over by kitchen. As you can see, some pre-made punch holes, bullet holes, all set up in an array to allow him to engage whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He even has support from his teammates galore on this double bar defense. Off is still well in hand for Oxygen. No pressure by Mud. TSM going for a full clear, it seems. They want to take out the top floor, establish there are no roamers upstairs, probably put up some flank watch on both the rotates back up top. It's the main lobby stairs and cool vibes. And then start hitting the site. They'll be doing that from the east side of the building, which is not necessarily counter to the norm, just it's usually the secondary route to attack this site. And obviously, Oxygen can handle this. They just need to adjust a little bit to deal with it. Point their guns in the opposite direction.
This is probably the slowest round that we've seen so far between these two teams. And just as I say that, Bolo gets pick number 1 onto Laxing. And he's very vulnerable and exposed inside of that lobby. He'll get circled by 2 separate members of Oxygen. And if they pinch him correctly, there's no way Bolo will be able to take out more than 1, even if that. Bolo's teammate Merc, as they refer to him as, well, he's down for the count, but he's not out just yet. Vertical gone as well from Bolo's second pick. Trying to secure Merc inside a kitchen is Slash, his position given away. All the while, TSM cleaning up off-site. Biologic is found by Geo. Slash inside of Sunrise. He'll have to fight his way out. He's very minimal info, and as Legion, he can at least try to hold things down. He's got 3 goo mines remaining. He can toss those out for some intel, maybe some damage. Great shot underachieved. And now he knows that there's another inside of Mudroom, and he'll fire some bullets in that direction. He sees the elbow of Chala, but cannot connect, and he'll get spotted from Geo on another angle. Bolo's there, and with only 2 members from Oxygen on the board, those 2 kills for TSM gives them the round, and with it, they regain the lead.
This was a nice attempt there from Slash. He got a little overzealous with the player in that corner and went for the push, but really he had no choice at that moment. There was the walls were closing in, or I guess I should say opening up around him, and forced into a really tricky position. Oxygen lost too many players to Bolo over by the main lobby with very little answer back. Yes, they did manage to down Merc, but it was not enough. And they also got a little too fixated on that Merc down inside of Kitchen. TSM were able to punish Oxygen every time Oxygen went for an aggressive play to try and secure a kill, or just get a frag in general anywhere else on the map. Well played to Bolo by the main lobby. A particularly good round there. He has had a particularly good half so far with 8 frags, leading the lobby right now. He also managed it in the last round with very little HP, which makes it doubly impressive.
It was the first double bars defense, wasn't it? As well, or was that a...
Yeah. I think so.
I was going to say, I wasn't really too concerned with the bomb site because all the action was happening off of it.
Yeah, most of it by the main lobby and
yeah,
kitchen. It is always... I mean, it's not an uncommon occurrence, especially with Oxygen, right? They have a tendency to, well, as Bacon put it, throw bodies at the problem. And
not even just Oxygen, but it's also a Coastline thing too.
That's facts.
There are a lot. Coastline and Clubhouse are 2 maps where it's not unusual to see a single player left on the bomb site and all the rest scattered about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Clubhouse basement, you keep 1 person on the bomb site, everybody else is playing somewhere completely differently. I mean, CCTV cache on Clubhouse, you can get kind of the same if you have 1 person inside of CCTV and then nobody's in cache. You got 2 roaming over by master, 1 garage, 1 top of red. Technically, you've only got 1 person in the bomb site, even though they're real close. So yeah, I think it's a combination of OXG just liking to roam as aggressively as they are. And like I said, it's often unsupported. Whereas it's a map like Coastline. It's quite open. It's quite sprawling because of that center portion, garden, you know, courtyard, whatever you want to call it. If you're upstairs, you can usually get back to the downstairs portions of the bomb sites within 5 seconds. So it allows you to at least move pretty quickly through the map.
Well, the first fight's going to go the way of Vertical, and it was decently late into the round. Some damage done to Geo as well, but we've seen Geo on low HP plenty with that DMR on Lion. He has been doing a great job of winning gunfights with low HP. So I don't think that's going to get in Geo's way. Well, it doesn't seem likely to me. Kitchen window getting opened up. It's a good cross there for the roamers that has been cut off now by the attack. Looks like TSM wants to make an entry by service entrance. They're not fully committed to that play yet. And they also have to keep in mind the time is a factor. Vertical with a great angle there onto Geo as the Lion attempts to get near service entrance. And inside of Kitchen, Merc will get Biologic. That is a great kill on one of the anchors. Foxay, though, retreating back into the site, will get one, slash another. There's the second and last for Foxay. Oxygen will take the round. A swift end to a very slow execution.
So right back where we started, 3-3 on Coastline. I don't know exactly who walks away from that first half in better position because both teams seem to have their strengths in certain rounds. And I mean, the first couple rounds in particular didn't really look like Oxygen was trying all that much. They were joking around, so was TSM. This match will very likely tighten up unless they decide to just go completely off the rails. I don't suspect we're going to see that happen. So what does the future hold for us on a TSM defense? Well, they're going to go to the double bars. They're going to bring a Mira. They will very likely set up upstairs. TSM loves to play an aggressive style of attack, and they also like to do the same on defense. These teams have similarities in that regard. The difference is that TSM's gunners have been, I would say, statistically better so far through all of the NA League. But I mean, when you've got Laxing and you've got Vertical and you've got Foxay on the team, and with how Slash is playing today, Oxygen is very capable of keeping step. There's nothing that we're seeing here right now in this initial setup from TSM that looks outside of the norm. There's going to be a mirror window being placed immediately by Geo inside of the blue bar that's going to stare, or Sunrise rather, that's going to stare into that blue bar. And then both the walls inside of blue bar will be closed off. The point of attack for Oxygen, which are bringing a hard destructor, and Foxay on Hibana, will very likely be on that office wall, and then the plant will likely focus on being behind the A bomb site. I suspect we are going to see an A take because of that mirror window and its position. The ground inside of Sunrise will likely be held onto for quite a while, and OXG will wisely decide that the office is a safer bet for them. At which point you have to bait out any post-plant utility or pre-plant utility, which will be the smoke canisters and 2 nitro cells in the hands of both Malusi and Mira.
Oxygen going to be clearing out the top floor here. Merc will be their adversary, along with Bolo by the main stairs. All they need to do is delay for a decent chunk of time, and job done. No kills necessary, but they, of course, would contribute. Here comes the first challenge. Bolo will fall back after he gets droned out and hears the guns rattling off. Slash, now having control of top main stairs, will actually be forced to drone thanks to the tracers there. And Achieved runs out of the service entrance door to take down Biologic. There goes your buck. So the first attack round not looking so great for Oxygen, at least so far. They have at least gotten control of the majority of the top floor, but at what cost now? Look at that. Vertical dies from below a well-placed C4 from Achieved. That's his second in this round.
So, this is similar to what we saw to Oxygen when they were playing on their defensive roam and how they were able to excel from their off-site play. Merc is next up. He takes the head off a Slash. He has Diffuser as well. That'll be called out. And cue a rotate from Laxing. We'll need to head over towards the actual bomb site. He's not too far off of Foxay. The problem is that the Diffuser is way far away. Foxay and Laxing have pulled off clutches before. It is very doable. They're going to be quite worried about this one.
They are the duo from Oxygen as of late. Had them clutch up a few big rounds in their last matchup. I don't see it here though, Parker. Foxay's gonna drop into Garden. He's alone right now, just trying to get that diffuser. Bolo kills him from the bottom of main stairs. He's been playing around this main staircase the entire round. Laxing by Mud. No real chance here. He'll just go for some challenges, try to make it a non-flawless round, pad his stats a little bit. But at this point, it's all lost.
I mean, the question was, who's going to come out of it with a higher rating, Bolo or Laxing? I mean, we joked about it being, who's cuter? Laxing goes for a cute play, vaulting through the window right into the middle of the bomb site. He gets shut down by Chala. And it's 4-3 for TSM. They take their very first defense.
If that was the cute play, does that up his cute statistic while simultaneously lowering his rating?
I mean, to be fair, there was a pretty good post on Twitter.
Let's hear it.
From Actually, a man whose casting I have enjoyed in Challenger League, Crow. I don't know if you've watched any of NA Challenger League. You don't need to answer that, but I have watched some of it, and I will say that our young friend Crow is doing a pretty good job. All the Challenger League casters are doing a pretty good job. But, and I quote, "All right," Crow says, "regarding your question, Mr. Intero." Mr. Intero is my father, by the way. I am just Intero, just for further clarification. "This question is a little misleading. Laxing obviously has a more manly thing going for him, so I'd reserve to call him handsome or hot, where Bolo has more boyish charm and looks younger, so therefore I'd reserve for him a more classically cute." And you know what? It's a damn good point.
All right. Well, now
If
that
you have not noticed, I am very committed to this poll.
Yeah, I am picking up on that, Parker.
This is the most investment I've ever had in a community poll.
5 seconds left.
All right. Well, I hope its stock rises for your sake, Parker, and I'm very happy for you that you found your passion. I still don't know who I would vote for. I'm gonna leave that open. Maybe get to it later after the match. We'll see. We'll see.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
To answer your question earlier, I have watched most of North American Challenger League, but no, I have not listened to any casting.
Wow, and you haven't even invited me to watch it together. That's incredible.
Would you like to do that? I would love to watch Challenger League with you.
I would as well. I'm usually filming though on Saturdays when it's on, so I can't. I just watch it at the studio. But
You're very busy. That's usually why. Yeah. Anyway, speaking
so
of,
is Oxygen.
Geo is going to be felled by the busy nature of Oxygen, as you say. I was actually going to go the other way around. I was going to say Geo's got a lot on his hands with the nades and the bullets and the standing still from the lion and the. But never mind. It's
I
dead
mean,
now.
you are correct. Both were busy.
Very.
Yes.
While we were prattling on.
I wouldn't describe it as prattling.
Okay.
but
Okay.
Anyway,
Bantering.
there goes another EE1D. One remaining for Laxing, who's been actually tied for the quietest player in this lobby. Obviously not on Twitter or social media, but in-game, not going the best for him. The best player on OXG so far statistically in this game is none other than Slash. He is gone. He gets into an altercation with Merc, he loses it. Takes Merc down to very low HP, but you know that when a Jaeger or an Ash even has 1 HP, they can do some significant damage. Half of the round gone, already a lot of action, which has characterized this matchup between OXG and TSM, as neither team seems too eager to take their foot off the gas. And OXG in both Fox A and Vertical are mere steps away from the bomb site, one being chased off by a window, the other being chased off by a gas canister. Reluctance on Fox A's part to just barge into the bomb site. Laxing will give them some assistance, possibly some covering fire, as the last EE1D will go from the Lion. He is now utilityless. All he has in his hands is the Vector. So killing potential is the name of the game for this Lion. Burning the ADS is Vertical. Laxing engaged in a fight over in lobby. Bolo takes down Bio, the one member of OXG we didn't know the location of, and he finds himself down at the hands of the Vector inside of the lobby. Vertical punished by Achieved as the Valkyrie flies under the radar. Chalice set up over by Pantry. He's watching. He sees somebody through the wall, or so he thinks, trying to take care of Laxing inside a courtyard. It's Achieved who will do that. Fox A guns down Achieved, but it's a 1v3. 30 seconds remaining, and Fox A is only on 50 HP. There's still one gas canister left and one nitro cell for TSM, so they're going to be sitting quite pretty and can stop Fox A dead in his tracks. He has no real choice but to go in and go for frags. He's not going to be able to get that diffuser down on his own with 3 members of TSM hunting him down, and it's a crossfire established from inside of the lobby and in the bomb site, where Merc is credited with the kill, giving TSM their second round in a row, and they're up 5-3.
Solid defense there for TSM. There was a discussion on Twitter. I can't remember who started it. I want to say it was like Easily or something like that. But there was a common thread that it was basically, what are some of the most annoying reinforcements for you when playing ranked that you commonly run across, or like there's mistakes made? And one of the big ones was that kitchen wall that you just saw the Jaeger shooting through. The reason being, in ranked, typically, even at high elo, we're talking like Champion Diamond, people will still reinforce panels on there instead of opening up foot level so that you can control it from the main lobby. And that's a great example right there of why you open that up instead of closing it off. Controlling main lobby as a defensive squad is actually fairly easy. you've got so many routes to retake into main lobby that it becomes daunting for the attack to execute into. So while maintaining control of main lobby as the defenders, you also can exert pressure onto that kitchen doorway. And TSM just gave us a great example of how to do that. So if you're wondering how to improve your coastline game, there's a quick and easy solution to the kitchen defense if it's been problematic for you.
It's always amazing to me when you watch Pro League as much as we do and kind of distance yourself from the general community. And then you know, I've been playing ranked at a Plat 3, Plat 2 level, which is still supposedly the top 3 to top 5% of the people who play this game. And yet I am amazed that many of them still don't see why rotates are important or why certain walls shouldn't be. Oh, no. Howdy. What? Merc?
What?
Goodness gracious, how do you get away with that one with Foxay on the rappel? He takes out Chala before turning his sights to Merc, and he loses that. That is a puzzling interaction between these two players.
That was really weird. But would you like to finish your thought, Parker? Give you some... With
just that there was one time where I was playing on Clubhouse. It was a Plat 2 lobby. And they fully reinforced the cache to garage wall. Or CCTV to garage wall. And I said, why did you do this? And they were like, so they can't shoot at us. And I'm like, there's like a huge rack of electronics. You keep one of the walls soft to rotate through so you can hold garage. And they're like, yeah, so then they can take garage and just run into the bomb site. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. just like how vertical runs into Hall of Fame and then kills achieved. Doesn't work that way either.
They shot there for vertical. Oxygen will establish the man advantage. And yeah, somebody get Emzo into that lobby so he could tell him angles go both ways. That's the important thing to remember always when you're doing your setups, is you can play off it for your favor, they can play off it for their favor. It's all about who's got the better awareness. But Oxygen will be taking control of Aqua and try and shift us onto their feet here. Slash has got the OGest of OG set up there with the very first invitational charm and the black ice on his 5.56. Well, he will be using that kit to go ahead and execute into Aqua with vertical. Merc is going to late reinforce Vase. That should have been done in the prep phase, but very ballsy of him to do it now as the action is about to get started. Bolo on the roam, going to be pushing up the white staircase, using his ability to get a flank off here. Laxing will get one on the entry, so Bolo's going to have to pull double duty. He'll get one at Slash, and Diffuser down as well. Laxing a nice pivot from the VIP hallway to shut Bolo down, and he'll get the final kill as well. A beautiful round there from Laxing, exerting his force over the entire field, all from VIP Hall.
Laxing covering both luggage, shutting down Bolo, and then Geo as well is strong. That could have been a dagger from TSM. As TSM, I think, got a little bit too loose with the way that they were playing on their defense, completely off-site. You had what? You had 4, at some point you had 3-4 of their defenders all roaming, trying to make individual hero plays. 2 of them were trying to come back to the bomb site, mind you, and got isolated. Geo on the bomb site was not in the best shape to hold that one off, but I mean, so it goes. You find that an anchor in a 1v4, a 1v3, a 2v4, oftentimes the anchors are at a pretty sizable disadvantage unless they have gadgets to work off of. And I mean, Mira's a 3 armor with a nitro cell, can do some damage, but the engagements that Mira is going to be involved with in that part of the hookah bomb site, which is over by the bar leading into the hallway, your C4s are not going to extend into VIP the way you want them to, unless somebody goes for a plant by billiards and you have to swing out where you could get shot down. You have to be wary of people behind you. It's a very hard spot to win in a clutch moment, especially when you have a vector in your hands, which is low DPS, high rate of fire, and low magazine. You're going to need to reload, at which point you are as good as dead if your opponents have half a brain. And the good news is that Oxygen has 5 brains. So they are perfectly capable of knowing when to push you once you've exhausted all of your ammo. Could have been match point for TSM, but they committed a number of errors, and they were playing a style that has worked on some rounds for them. That time obviously does not. So what are they going to do? They're going to go back to where all of this started. The very first successful defense that they had on round number 7 occurred on the double bars, and it was a flawless round. So your theory is that they should be able to win here again. It might not be flawless, but they are obviously poised, and unless Oxygen can dissect what happened on that attack, in which it wasn't honestly a lot of missed gunfights, it was poor coordination on the entry and through the middle of the round, I will struggle to see OXG be able to come out ahead. It's possible, but there's a lot of ground they're going to have to make up.
Starting with the main lobby, Bolo is going to be the one to confront there. He's been on an absolute banger as an individual, picking up the frags in almost every gunfight, challenging the main lobby. That's ballsy, but he won't die to it at the very least. Does take a little bit of damage from laxing there, and the pressure is still applied. He is wasting that EE1D, though. He's managing to delay this push by main lobby, and that is worth something. Slash will be the first casualty, inflicted by Merc from above, it seems. Looks like he's looking through a hole that was made by the Hibana and one that was made by himself. That's good control there by the blue bar, so no chance for the attack to push through the Hibana holes, thanks to Merc's presence upstairs. TSM looking solid on their defense and on their roam as well, with Bolo still existing by the main lobby. This is a problem that Oxygen has failed to solve throughout the round. They're probably going to have to shift their focuses entirely to the site presence now, as they're running out of time to consider these roamers on their execution.
They have their eyes set very squarely on that diffuser, and, well, somebody's going to need to go get it. There you go. Foxay real close. No, bad timing for Merc, by the way. He could have picked off Foxay and stopped the diffuse from going down. Instead, he's going to get spotted out as Bio picks off Achieve. There goes the smoke. Foxay gets away after taking a lot of damage. Bio stopped from above. Chala and Geo find the board. Foxay down. That's it. It's match point now for TSM as they totally clean up. A little bit too much eagerness for OXG as they don't have site control. They get the diffuser down, but it's all for naught. And after that diffuser is disabled, the 4 remaining members of TSM will celebrate, as they are now 1 round away from stealing Oxygen's map away from them.
Sorry, I cannot get over the fact that Merc spent like a minute 20 staring through that hole, and the second he goes for a reload, that's when Foxay walks through the breach. That is comedy in motion there, but TSM still win it out. And so I guess technically the result is all that matters, even if that one engagement didn't go the way of Merc. So match point here on map number 1. A brief reminder, this is Oxygen's map. So with Villa being map number 2, TSM's map pick, you have to question how long this is actually going to last. That Montaigne 6 pick is going to be an interesting one. Obviously, that is telling of a service entrance take, though Oxygen is not committed to that. They can go for just about any other normal take with Montaigne. It's just he's typically brought to force a plant by service entrance. So we'll see if that's what Oxygen commit to. You can see by their drones right now, that is clearly their plan, as their drones are all raid by the service entrance. So it's not necessarily going to be a rush plant or anything like that. We don't know that much, but we can say with decent certainty that Oxygen want to execute on service entrance with the Montaigne and go for a plant and all that yada yada. It was always fun to watch these executions happen.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I like the flexibility that Coastline provides on attack. I mean, we've seen a lot of Hibana today because she's a very strong operator here on this map. Ace being banned out means that Hibana can be played because, frankly, you're not going to waste 2 bans on hard breachers on a map like Coastline because Jackal's going to be in play then. You're going to see Nomad in play. You're going to see Capitao in play. These are 3 operators that do tend to get banned out on this map because of how strong their gadgets work. And, well, here it goes. The push is going to come in from service. Chala battling from behind. There goes the Montaigne. Verticals planting, and they're completely stopping this one in its tracks. Trying to kill the Ash, but Chala cannot connect. There he goes. He drops the Montaigne. Diffuser's down as well. TSM retaking, and Chala will immediately hop on the disable. He's spotted, and Slash is going to have to stop him. But you're getting real close. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Only 1 second left. You're not going to get there in time. The match is TSM's. Chala steals it from right underneath your nose. And that's it. OXG's map. Going to TSM 7-4.
All right, that was awkward to watch. So for those of you wondering what just happened, Oxygen went for a quick plant. They tried to get it down inside a service entrance. They tried to couple that with the distraction by the kitchen window and the main door. This was well timed on the distraction. However, Oxygen did not play their post plant very well. Most importantly, the Montaigne unshielding there, resulting in his death. That was crucial and unnecessary. It was just a series of mistakes there from Oxygen, but a very well timed retake from TSM to take the map.
Well, that's it for the very first map. I mean, there are going to be some interesting things to look at with the way that the operators played. I think a lot of us are your exact expression there, Michael. But before we get to the analysts, we have a commercial break for you. Don't touch your browser. We'll be back in a couple